I could take you, I could blindfold you, I could fly you into Paris, I could walk you down into a neighborhood, I could take your blindfold off, and you will not have any idea which country you're in. Okay? I could do the same with Germany, the same with Sweden, the same with London. Yeah. If it wasn't for the black cab driver in London, the historic 200-year history of the black cab trade, which is the last English trade of London, you'd come to London and you wouldn't speak to an Englishman. You wouldn't meet a single English person.
That's so true. That's so true. I've spent, my sister lived in England for 16 years. I've been to England, I don't know, probably, I go at least once a year. 100% true. Unless you get out to the country, when you're in England, the only Englishman you're going to meet is the cab driver. And I love talking to them because they're genuine English, yeah.
Yeah, they're great. That's the last English trade of London. That's the last. When they're gone, which they're trying to end them,
Of course.
They're trying to break.
When they have GPS, them. You don't need the knowledge. You have GPS. So
once they're gone, then that's it. The capital's gone. Now, is that right?
So let's get back, Tommy. Let's get back to how do you save your England? What are you going to do? Are you making headway? Because I got to tell you, when you start talking in terms of Jesus Christ, white Christianity, you're going to lose a lot of people. And part of standing for something is drawing strong lines like you are. But I would encourage you also to add into that the values, the secular values, the idea behind what the things that the Enlightenment brought us, which is being responsible to evidence. Looking at measurable science over superstition. These are also things that kind of pushed the Europe and the United States to the place where all those other people want to come and live. These liberal democracies were not an accident. The founding fathers, in my opinion, in my country, solved the political problem. They solved it with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They just did. And we got that from English influence. We got that. It started with Henry VIII, and probably before that with the kings of England having to contend with Parliament, there was a give and take because one man rule just wasn't working.
Well, have you watched what we've done over the last 24 months in the UK? Have you got your eye on what's been happening recently?
Enlighten me.
Britain is brewing on revolution. That's not just an exaggeration, I'm telling you.
I believe you.
Something historic, something monumental is happening. Remember, I've been an activist since 2009. I started the English Defence League, since 2004. I started the English Defence League in 2009. I became a journalist in 2015. I've talked about these issues. I've faced backlash. I've faced threats. I've faced imprisonment. I've faced terror plots. I've faced it all. And I've gone through it all, and I felt like I'm banging my head against a brick wall for over a decade. Yeah, and because I'm trying to give these warnings of what's coming, and no one's wanted to listen. And in the last 24 months, there's been a shift that I don't think there's ever been a public shift so fast, so quick. The Overton window has gone from here to here like that. Yeah, I have gone from the most hated man in Britain to being embraced and celebrated wherever I go. Yeah, and I've always said 10 years ago, 5 years ago, as I was talking, I said, when the public realise the lies they've been told, when they realise the deceit, and when they realise the reality of what's been done to this nation, as in freedoms disappearing, mass tyranny, enslavement from the government, yeah, all of these things.
Not to mention, Tommy, please mention the fact that you're not even allowed to speak your mind. You go to jail for posting UK sentiment, or even saying that you don't like this, that this scares you, that this is a problem, that unchecked immigration is not good, right? I mean, people are in jail right now for expressing an opinion online. Is that true, or am I wrong?
I just come out of an 18-month prison sentence. 3 months ago, I spent 7 months on solitary confinement for making a factual documentary.
Wow.
18 months in jail for the documentary.
You know what? Your country, like Canada, has lost its fucking mind, dude. Lost its fucking mind. That you can go to jail for making a documentary is the most insane, anti-English thing I can think. I cannot believe your country's reached this point. Shame on your judicial system. Shame on your leaders.
No one argued with the evidence in the documentary. The judge said no one's allowed to see this documentary. They gave me an injunction. I breached it. I willingly and purposely played the film. I released the film. I knew what would happen. But I'd done that to draw attention to the weaponization and of the judiciary, the corruption of the judiciary. Now, I've done that because lawfare is now a political weapon used by the state in whichever country you're in. You've seen it against Donald Trump. Everyone saw it. Steve Bannon. We've seen it against Alex Jones. We've seen it against Katie Hopkins in the UK, Geert Wilders, Le Pen. Anyone who stands up, challenges the status quo, they try to attack them with the media. They tried to end them. They tried to discredit them. They tried to censor them. They tried to deplatform them, debank them. They try all these things. In the end, lawfare.
Well, look what they did to Andrew Tate. This was all a setup. This was all a lie. I mean, I think they're doing the same thing to Russell Brand. I don't believe that. Why? I mean, they'll do whatever they can to destroy your reputation. And when I say they, I don't even know who I'm talking about. But according to Andrew Tate, it goes as deep as MI5. I don't know if that's true, but
MI5 will be a weapon of, again, the mass corporations who wish to control the world, who wish to break down the nation state, who wish to open borders. Why do they wish to open borders? Because we're proud people in our nation. We want to succeed. We wish to, and they don't want that. So they flood the community. We end up all battling against each other, as they've just done. Do you know what they're trying to bring in now? So basically, we've had a mass invasion. Hotels are full of migrants. Sentiment's been growing and building. And for 2 decades, 30 years, probably 3 decades, the fear, and fear is paralyzing. So the fear of being labelled a racist, the fear of losing your job. Remember, everyone's financed up to here. Yeah, if you step out of line, you lose your job. You get deplatformed. All these worries. Yeah, so they managed to gag an entire nation. And what lengths did they go to? How serious was it? You've heard of the rape scandal. We'll call it grooming because that's the word they use for it. It's not grooming. It's a generation of Britain's daughters that were sacrificed. They were gang raped. They were murdered across the country from one end of this Britain to the other. And they were done so with full knowledge of government, politicians, police, clergy. Everyone knew. Everyone knew, and they covered it up until the formation of our organisation, the English Defence League, which brought it to the world's attention. At that point, they had to start dealing with it. I've been imprisoned, and my life has never been the same since I started talking about these issues. Because the amount of politicians, police leaders, all of them who have got dirty hands on this issue. Government reports, again, for your viewers to understand what's happened and the scale and size of this problem. Yeah, my cousin was a victim of these gangs. My cousin at the age of 14 was gang raped in Luton by a group of Pakistanis, and she was found naked running from the streets. Yeah? She woke up with loads of bearded Muslim men. Not one man was arrested. The answer from the authorities was she is a drug addict. She was 14 years old. They got her hooked on heroin. They abused her. They raped her. Now what I didn't realise until growing up, I saw all the problems in Luton. Then 2009, enough was enough. There was a soldiers' homecoming parade. Our military were attacked by gangs and radical jihadists in the town centre. We formed an organisation to combat the terrorist group Al Mujahideen. We started challenging them. As I started touring the UK with our group to challenge these groups, I began meeting families in every single town and city whose daughter had been missing for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 days, 5 days. Children were being raped, tortured, murdered, and there was no prosecutions. And the families were going to the police, and the police literally were not doing anything. Now, I started talking about this. Everyone thought I was fear-mongering. There's old interviews of me on British national TV where they literally laugh at me. And I'm saying, they're taking our daughters, they're taking them. And they're like, really, you expect us to believe this? And it's like, they're taking them. And then in 2014, after 5 years of activism, there was a government report in the town of Rotherham. And it identified 1,400 children that have been raped. And when they'd done this report, this is in a town with a 3.7% Muslim population. In this report, they found so in the study, they found that 2 fathers, their 13-year-old daughters were in a house getting raped by 6 Muslim men, because the men in these stories, and it's all come out now, it's factual, there's been studies in all the different cities, not my reports, government reports, police reports, it's all out there now, yeah? Elon Musk has shone a torch on this to the world. But there would be queues of men standing outside the door, queuing up with a 12-year-old girl in there. One by one, they'd go in and rape her. There was a little girl who was 12 years old. They heated up an iron rod with the letter M, and they scolded her bum because she was the property of Mohammed. There was another girl who got her tongue nailed to a table. They doused petrol on these children. It wasn't just about sex. It was like satanic. It was about destroying the one thing we hold, the most beautiful thing to us, our children, our daughters. They were taking them, they were enslaving them, and they were abusing them. The comments they were making were religious and racial, every rape, everything they said. Now in Rotherham, 2 dads got together. So that's bad. The rapes are disgusting, they're barbaric. But here's the biggest stain on British history. These criminals, these rapists, these jihadists, in every town and city are attacking children, they're kidnapping them, they're torturing them. We then find out 2 dads got together, Their children in the house getting raped. They turn up at the house, they start causing an emotion, trying to get in the door. The police turn up, they arrest the dads. They arrest the dads. They leave the girls in the house. Another incident, a little girl is being raped in a derelict home by 5 Muslim men. They're abusing her in an abandoned house. Police turn up at the house. They find the little girl. They arrest her for being drunk and disorderly. Literally, these stories may sound unbelievable.
They do sound unbelievable, and I always shy from hard cases. There are scumbags and monsters out there for sure, but I think that again, Tommy, yes, these rapes happen. Yes, there are some horrible things, but I don't think that can be, as crazy as this sounds, I think that I always worry when we start talking about that stuff in a way, because those are those isolated incidents, and they're really bad, of course, and there's a lot of probably police mismanagement, and I don't know what's going on, but I get nervous about dilating on this idea, because it's also a tactic used on both sides. And what I'd rather get back to is just the idea that we are dealing with groups of people that I did not know that many people were on the dole. I didn't know that many immigrants were on the dole. I didn't know that there was such a lack of assimilation. I didn't realize for a long time that there was outright hostility and an actual movement to get Sharia law, or at least a caliphate, a flag, flying over Downing Street. I didn't realize that until I started actually looking at the numbers. So let me ask you, let me back up, because I want to get back to what's happened in the past 24 months. Because, and I want to also ask, what is the Muslim population of the UK right now?
If they were to tell us, it's 5 or 6%, which is a lie. Because like my local imam, Luton, the figure said 30,000 Muslims at the time, or 40,000. When I sat down with him and I spoke to him, he said, double it. I said, what? He said, double it. It's whatever they're saying, double it. So that was a Muslim. But the point is, the reason why what's happening now is all of those horrific crimes I was just detailing.
Yeah.
I warned about them. I was crucified. Yeah. I was attacked. I was imprisoned. Now the public realise I was telling the truth. And what I warned all those years ago is when the public come to acknowledge and they come to understand what's happened, and they understand the hostility, they understand the danger, and they realise that their daughters' futures aren't the same, and they're not going to enjoy the same freedom that they enjoyed. And there's a level of hostility. 2003.
Can I tell you what happens to me when you start talking about this, Tommy? I want to interrupt you. You know what happens to me? My blood starts getting hot. And as a man, all I want to do is I want to get out there and you know, I want to solve that. I want to solve that problem the way I want to solve that problem. Is, you know, I don't want to get too detailed, but I would be shoulder to shoulder on that when I hear these things. And that's what I get worried about, because I don't want to be manipulated. I don't want to be distracted, because that's a very effective tactic. Because if you want to start talking about a man's daughter or their children and this invasion that's coming in to do these things to their children, all of us go, well, gloves are off, let's go to war, right? So again, whether it's true or not, and I know that these incidents happen, I do know that grooming gangs / rape gangs are a thing. I've looked at this, but is this? Are you taking my eye off the prize here? Because let's get back to what's. Yeah, go on.
So 2003, 8,800 rapes. 2023, 88,000. What's happened?
Oh my God.
That's a fact. So what's happened in the UK between 2003 and 2023? Wow. What's changed? What's changed?
And by the way, the same stats are in Sweden. I have a family member who is Swedish, and they are very good people. But when you look at the real stats that were suppressed, there is no doubt that it is absolutely directly correlated, and I would say caused by this unchecked immigration, where now Sweden, I think, is 20% immigration, most from war-torn Islamic countries or poor countries, and that's just a fact. And the violent crime rate, the bombings, the shootings, and the sexual assaults are literally skyrocketed. So
that's why, Brian, if you've got an American audience, your borders for the last 4 years under Joe Biden have been open to 8 million Islamic migrants, many of them Islamic. So the warning I'm trying to give is to understand, you started off with a small Islamic community. In fact, you managed it pretty well, because the Pakistani community you had, because of your immigration policy, was wealthy and well educated.
Yes.
We had,
and they're great, and they're great. They assimilate. They become doctors. They become lawyers. I mean, we've done a great job of assimilating the Pakistan's and whatever country, Lebanon's best, and they come in and they contribute to the society.
Because you had the best, yeah. And not just did you have the best, but you have a policy from a very young age where everyone, regardless of color or race, swears allegiance to stars and stripes in the United States. Yes. So you encouraged it. Yeah, that was a policy that right now. That's not what you've had for the last 4 years. You've had what we've got. You've had the shit. Yeah. So you've had the Kashmiri, Pakistani, the tribal, the backward. You have to understand the mindset of the people in these communities. It's totally different. Now, the reason why I'm giving these warnings and going through these horrific comments is for you to understand this is not far away now. It's there. It's going to be in America.